Hello everybody, and welcome to this new video tutorial in regards to my hedging methodology, analyzing the whole market with my expert advisor and with the theory that of course I have explained and exposed in my previous videos, that I strongly invite you always to look backwards and analyze and study. And without too much waiting, now I will open as usual my platform. Now you're quite used to that, and I just wanted to make you notice immediately that this morning I will give a brief view to the point of injection of my trades that I have started right today. That was one, and then I will analyze them with you. Okay, so bear with me. And the other one is GBP New Zealand dollar. Okay, around this time. So that will be clear because I will close these two trades. Yesterday was quite a messy day and with values that were not coherent in a different time frame, so I preferred to not to trade, and instead this morning around 8 o'clock, 8:49 to be precise, I injected two orders that now I am about to close. As you may see here, we are about 100 pips and 130 pips. So this is the final result, and as usual I will create an account history. This is very simple, but just to put some evidence on my theory, because I've received, as usual, emails and requests of explanations. Okay, let's put this on November. Okay, so this is the very simple trade that I have realized in this day, so in less than 24 hours, to be precise, 10 hours. So in 10 hours this was the result, trading only two lots on two currency pairs. Let's give a brief analysis of this. As you may see, some of you have requested me about the time frame and how to use that and how to analyze the markets, in which time frame could be more efficient and profitable to analyze and trade. Well, I say, as usual, you have 9 possible charts that you can create with 9 different time frames, which are the 9 time frames that MetaTrader offers you. Let me just put my glasses, otherwise it will be, yeah. And let's see that starting in a monthly time frame, we clearly see that the configuration of the markets, just also use this for being practical and clear, was exposing GBP as very weak, and in this case CAD and New Zealand dollar strong with the same intensity. This was the scenario even this morning with lower values, but always GBP very weak and CAD and New Zealand dollar strong. In this case, the hedging that could have resulted, if confirmed on the lower time frames, and then we will see about that, would have been GBP, sorry, would have been GBP New Zealand dollar and GBP CAD. Of course, weak and strong, so both of them in sell. I do normally show you that I trade one lot size, but this is for practical example and show you very few lines in the trade panel of MetaTrader. But what I normally suggest is to split in 0.3 and 0.3 and 0.3, so you get at least almost one, so that you can differentiate your the enter of your trades. And of course you have to keep in mind that in this kind of example we are trading with a 100 leverage. Normally it depends on your leverage, on your balance, but you have always to respect some proportions. Okay, so if you have 1,000 euros, for example, you must lower this to 0.03, 0.05. You always have to respect the proportions and the percentage of margin that then you are creating by injecting your orders. If we take a look to a weekly time frame, CAD is still strong, GBP is getting strong, and New Zealand dollar is getting weak. This is why I closed the trades. Even because in one day, realizing 230 points, 23 pips, it's quite a good result, and it's worth to enter the market, to be in the market, and to get out of the market very soon, not leaving the opportunity to the big hands, to the institutions to create their own manipulations and then create a mess, or I don't know, create a ranging, even because we have to be careful at what point we have injected our trade, and therefore there can be retracements that can go against us. So probably this is not the case, but thinking that this morning this is, let's put it at this point, I really traded at this point for as regard GBP New Zealand dollar, and so that was here. So in the overlapping between the ending of the Asian session and the beginning of the London session, and the other trade was about GBP CAD, that was almost at the same point, and you can see clearly that in both cases we got a fall, so like predicted by my algorithm, with the strength of New Zealand dollar and CAD. These were the two currencies to buy, and GBP was the currency to sell. If we go on the daily time frame, we see that there are still these values available with GBP weak and CAD and New Zealand dollar strong. But as in the weekly, we are having a kind of GBP that is getting some retracement. It's the case to close it and bring your balance to a positive value, and maybe trade if there are other assets or whatever, or if these assets are confirmed again after a big retracement. What else to say? This is a simple strategy, a simple application on where I had not to open all the pairs that you may see in this panel, but just have a quick view on the currencies. And by detecting from the monthly basis these values, that was obvious that the only two charts that I had to open were these two, GBP CAD and GBP New Zealand dollar. And if I would have arrived home a little bit early, probably I would have closed even here. Okay, so despite any graphical aid that can help us to find a better point to position ourselves, as I suggested, it's always good to split your lot in at least 2 or 3 sublots, so you always have a quantity that is close to the maximum that you are available to trade for that currency, and in respect of your balance, leverage and margin. But so that maybe you can at the end close 2/3 of your trades and leave another trade for maybe a swing trading. But even by trading just one lot and leaving the market work for the day, then you achieve these results that are quite impressive and quite good in few hours. This is the final result. I've received also questions that probably I'm about to reply in a separate video. I'm gathering all the questions that you're doing, and I thank you for watching my videos and for being so passionate and focused on the topics I am exposing. I will probably create a webinar for that in the next weeks. But really, for me, it's the priority is to check what the market revealed for that week or month. Let's remember that we are at the beginning of November, and of course I invite you always to take a look to the values on your MetaTrader platform and compare them and see what is if the values are the same. So no fake on this, no bullshit, it's just pure math applied and formulas. And having 100% of results with just 2 trades is not that much stressing. It's very a calm trading that allows you also to repair to possible damages if you were wrong, and gives you the opportunity also to not take too much of your balance and risk it. Okay, so that's very simple way to do. It's a simple approach on which you have just to make a visual balance at the end on numbers. Numbers are revealing everything about the situation, what is the currency that it's oversold, and the currency or currencies in this case that it's overbought. If you saw one of my previous videos, there was a similar case on which these values were so strong in euro and dollar, and that was kind of same process, only applied in this case to a weak currency and euro and dollar in buy. So even a child can do that. It's not that big problem. The problem is to see if there is coherence. That was this morning quite clear in the bigger time frames that would respect the main huge time frame. Okay, so if this is the condition in the monthly, that should be at least respected in a weekly or quite strong in the daily. Then for taking part of a game, which is always a probability game, so that can always happen that certain currencies are retracing more or waiting a little bit more before to express the intentions that are already injected in the month. You can go and check in the lower time frames, but if we go in the lower time frames, we see that GBP is still getting strength. Here we are in 1 hour time frame. Even if we are observing euro US dollar, in real we are observing all the market here. Okay, so GBP is getting some strength, and in fact, as we may see, there is a retracement here and here, less pronunciated, but there is. Okay, so with this video I hope to have given you another proof of the theory of hedging, which is not simply that you multiply and divide euro yen and USD yen and you create that kind of mathematical stuff. It can be, but you have to be very flexible and just do some simple association that then you can find in the expression of the pairs that you have on this side, and wait the proper moment when at least the main time frames, so monthly, I repeat, weekly and daily, are somehow aligned or expressing the same coherence, the same sign, the same weakness for a currency pair and the same strength for the other currency pair. Okay, as usual, I thank you for watching, for subscribing and supporting my work, and let's keep in contact as usual with the same methods you know: email, comments or Skype, and have a good time and have a good space.